Fibro TV, making positive connections in the chronic illness community. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Reynolds, creator and founder of FibroTV.com. And today we are going to do the third in our video series. And it's going to be about the holidays. Woohoo! I know you're all excited about the holidays, the greatest challenge of every year for somebody with chronic illness. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about coping with the holidays and chronic illness, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, the whole thing. Let's talk about it. The holidays can be quite stressful. They stress me out completely. I'm going to be honest with you. As somebody that's a highly sensitive person, just all the energies around me and all the things going on, it's quite overwhelming. It's overstimulating, overwhelming, and sometimes I am just plain miserable. And I'm being honest right now that sometimes during the holidays I get miserable, and I'm learning as, I'm getting older. I'm 40 years old now, and I've had, fibromyalgia since the age of 18, that I've kind of caused my own misery during the holidays, believe it or not. And it's because I didn't really pre-plan things. And this last year, I think I'm going to enjoy the holidays more than I've ever enjoyed them. Just because I feel like I have a bag of tools that I can use that will really help me just enjoy the holidays and not be so stressed out and be in pain, because you don't want to be in pain during the holidays. You want to enjoy the holidays with your family and friends. Let's talk about the first thing. It's so important to pre-plan. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you have something you got to do, if you have to travel somewhere, if you have to be somewhere, you need to rest up. Now, this is going to be a little bit different for each individual person because we all have different conditions. We all have different levels of pain. We all have different severity of our condition. And to lump everything into one ball just doesn't work. But for me, I really have to rest up at least one full day before. And I am actually doing a lot better physically than I have in the past. So one day is good enough. There was a time where I had to take 2 or 3 days before I went anywhere. So if you have a really severe case of fibromyalgia, lupus, RA, whatever your chronic condition is, you really need to rest up a few days before and just get your rest and get ready to go and have fun. Because if you're exhausted and tired, it's going to increase your pain. It's going to reduce your tolerance for people big time. I can attest to that. So, just get your rest and relax. Also, pre-plan doing things like if you need to wrap Christmas presents, don't do it the day before you're leaving. Make sure you get all of that done a couple days before so you don't have to worry about it. If you have food you have to cook, you can maybe think of very simple things instead of being like this extravagant Betty Crocker. There's simple things at the store that you can bring. I'm a big advocate for bringing a dessert just because it's so easy to bring dessert. You can just go to Walmart and pick it up, or you can buy cookies or whatever and just throw them in the oven. It just takes a second. They have pre-made stuff. I try not to get too crazy with things. I used to get crazy and I don't do that anymore. Also, if you are going to somebody else's house, and we'll get to if you're hosting an event in a second. If you are going to somebody else's house, call ahead of time and ask them if they have a space for you to just go and unwind. Now, what I mean about this is when there's a lot of people in a house, there is a lot of energies coming at you. There's a lot of personalities, different people. There's happy people, there's sad people. And this brings up a lot of emotions and just a lot of anxiety in people sometimes. People with chronic illness tend to be a little bit more sensitive. Their nervous systems are a little bit more sensitive. Their emotions are a little bit more sensitive, and they tend to get overstimulated. And that causes, it can cause a lot of issues. It can cause anxiety. It can cause more pain. It's just, you need to have a place to rest. So what I do is I call whoever, whose house I'm going to up. If I'm going to be there for extended period of time, like more than a few hours, I say, "Hey, do you have a room I can go to just kind of unwind or just step away for a few minutes? Because when I get overwhelmed, it kind of causes my pain to be worse. And I really want to enjoy my time with you and your family. And I don't want to, be Mrs. Grouchy and miserable. Is there any way I could just like take a little nap if I need to, or just like regroup and in a quiet room?" People are so accommodating. If they're having you over to their house, then, they're hospitable already. So go ahead and ask them for that little space that you can have and you can kind of regroup. And that way you can enjoy your time with your family and friends. There's a lot of children around usually during the holidays, and children that are out of control. They're very excited. They're usually pumped up on sugar candy canes and chocolate Santas. And that's very overstimulating as well. I am a huge advocate for bribing children. Um, I go to the 99-cent store. I buy coloring books and little card games, and I even bring movies, Christmas movies. Just keeping kids occupied. Little candy canes are great too. Keeping kids occupied and so they're not bored actually will modify their behavior so they are not all crazy and out of control. And it's so cheap just to go to the 99-cent store and buy these things. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about, oh yeah, if you are having, oh no, 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 no. I know what I wanted to talk about. This is a big one. This is a big one. Get ready. Stop proving that you're sick to everybody, especially those people that don't want to understand your condition. When you go to these events, there's always going to be somebody that has a cure for your disease that doesn't believe that you're sick. You're going to get it all, probably, unless you're with your family and they understand. But don't take it personally. It's just ignorance. They don't understand your condition. Let it go. You don't have to fight them. All you have to say is thank you. Like, I have people always offering me like, "Hey, have you tried this product? Have you tried that product? Oh, my friend Marcy, she started taking vitamin D and her fibromyalgia is gone. That's great. She had vitamin D deficiency and she's feeling better." But I don't even address it that way anymore. I say, "Really? Thank you for that advice. You know what? I'm going to look into that when I get home." There's no reason to get defensive if somebody doesn't understand your condition, because if you did not have this condition, you wouldn't understand it either. And believe it or not, they're trying to help you. They are trying to be kind and help you, even though you want to smack them in the face sometimes. They really, really are trying to help, and just come from that place of compassion that you understand that they're trying to help you. If somebody is just a rude jerk to you and just like, "You need to get up and exercise," I say, "Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it a try." I just, I pacify them because to be honest with you, I don't want to use my energy that I could be using to enjoy myself with my family and friends to be defending myself. So I let it go. Now, this is totally separate from being an advocate and letting people know what fibromyalgia is or RA is or lupus or anything like that. If they're asking questions, go ahead and answer away. But when somebody is flat out being rude to you, or if they're offering you a cure or whatever, just be like, thank you for thinking about me. I really appreciate that." And move on and enjoy yourself with them. And then we're going to talk about if you're hosting a party, which you're crazy if you are and you have these conditions. But, a lot of us are type A personalities, and we really like to people please and do things for others. And this is kind of a trait of people that have chronic illness. And you have to ask for help. If you don't have help, I would just even your children can help you. Like I said, bribing kids, I'm totally for it. Maybe you're not, but I am. You can, like I said, go to the 99-cent store, buy little gifts, wrap them up, and say, "Hey, if you clean the bathroom, you get a Christmas gift early." It doesn't even have to cost that much. Or you might have kids that are just awesome and want to help you, which is the way it should be. But yes, have your kids help you. have your family and friends help you, always ask for help. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen if you ask for help? They might say no. And you also have to release the need for everything to be perfectly the way you want it when you ask for help. So things aren't going to be exactly the way you want it when somebody else is doing it, and that is okay. Would you rather do it all on your own and be miserable and in pain, or would you rather have the help and have it a little bit different? I don't know. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so that's something that kind of bothered me when people helps. When people help me, it kind of like it's like the nails on the chalkboard when they don't do it the way I want, and it's just my personality. So I thought I'd throw that out there for you if you're maybe one of those people. And learn to say no. And this is another hard one. If you have like 10 things planned in a week and then you're going to have the holidays, don't expect to feel good. You got to say no. You got to pick and choose what things you want to do and then do those things and then say no to other things. And this is how I approach it. There's a lot of people that want to spend time with me during the holidays. What I ended up doing is I picked the things that I wanted to do and where I could see the most people. I'm all for consolidating, meeting people and seeing people, but I really have had to say no this year. And what I am going to do is, or what I have done actually, because I've already talked to some people that have invited me places, is I have told them, I says, you know what, this year I have a really hectic schedule and my health is not 100%. And if I overdo it, then, I'm not going to enjoy the holidays and I'm going to be miserable and I want to enjoy the holidays. Is there any way we can get together maybe a little bit after the holidays in January and do something special together? Because I really want to see you, but I want to enjoy my time with you. People are all over that. They're busy too. They're completely busy during the holidays. They're like, oh yeah, totally. Let's do something after the holidays. I'm all for hitting up a sale after the holidays with my friends and, stuff like that. And if you approach it with like a positive attitude, when you approach people or you say no to them, they're not going to get defensive, or they're not going to get defensive is not the right word. They're not going to get offended if you're saying, I do want to spend time with you, but I just don't, I don't have that much energy. They're going to totally be okay with that. I think that's it. I do have an article that I wrote probably about 6 years ago. I'll probably have to read it, maybe modify it a little bit before I put it out, about the holidays. It's called How to Stay Sane When in Pain During the Holidays. And I'll place that article right down below my YouTube channel link thingy. If you're at YouTube, it's going to be right under there. Also, if you're at our Facebook page, I'll put it like at the first comment. I'll put the link there for you guys so you can read that as well, and maybe that can help you. And I really hope that everybody has a very happy holiday season, that you're as pain-free as possible. Just remember, be proactive. Be proactive. Don't get so stressed out. Just relax. Breathe. If you get overwhelmed, just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's so simple, but it just kind of resets your whole nervous system when you take a deep breath and make a conscious breath and just let things go. Don't stress out about it. Pre-plan. Keep the kids busy. Ask for help and learn to say no. Everybody have a happy holiday. Bye.